Hello and welcome to H. Greg Lux. Here I have a 2019 Lamborghini Urus. This car came with a clean Carfax report and it has 2 previous owners. What I'm going to do in this video for you is I'm going to show you around the car. We're going to take a look at it to see if there's any kind of damage, including scratches, dents, chips, or anything else. Here at H. Greg Lux, we want to be as transparent as possible and give you total peace of mind. So if there's anything you need to know about this car, we will let you know. The first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna go panel by panel, checking out the vehicle. And we're gonna start right here with the front bumper. Let's take a look. Front bumper's in perfect condition. What about the hood? And again, I'm not seeing any sort of damage. Hood looks perfect. Now we can move on to the driver's side of the vehicle. Starting right here with this fender. Fender looks perfect. I'm not seeing any kind of damage. What about the wheel? And again, I'm not seeing any type of curve rash or anything else. This wheel is in perfect condition. Now we can move on right here to the doors. Starting with this one. Looks perfect. What about the second one? And this one looks perfect as well. Now we can move on to this fender right here on the back of the vehicle. And again, we just want to know if there's any sort of damage. Fender looks perfect. I'm not seeing anything at all. What about the wheel? And just like the first one, this one is in perfect condition as well. There's no sign of curve rash or any other kind of damage. And now we can go ahead and move on right here to the back. We want to know if there's any scratches, any dents, any chips, or any other kind of damage. Looks perfect. I'm not seeing anything at all. Let's now move on to the passenger side of the vehicle, starting with this fender. Everything's looking good. I'm not seeing any sort of damage. What about the wheel itself? And just like the last two, there's no sign of curve rash or any other kind of damage. This one is in perfect condition. Let's now move on to the doors. And just to clarify, we're in the passenger side of the vehicle. First one looks perfect. And the second one looks perfect as well. Let's move on to this panel, the last fender. And I can safely say that the overall exterior of this vehicle is in excellent condition. What about the last wheel? And just like the last three, this one is in perfect condition as well. There's no sign of curve rash or any other kind of damage. Now we can move on to the interior of the vehicle, and the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna take a look at the seat. We're checking the leather, the stitching. We want to know if there's any sort of wear and tear, any sort of damage. And the only thing I noticed is just some minor wear and tear right here on the sides. But overall, the seat's in excellent condition. Now we can go ahead and move on right here to the door panel, taking a close look at the leather, the fabric. We want to know if there's any tears, any scratches, any sort of damage in general. Everything's looking perfect. Just like the seat, the door panel is in excellent condition. Let's now move on to the other side of the vehicle, the passenger side, and we're going to do the same thing. We're first going to take a look at the seat. We're checking the leather, seeing if there's any sort of wear and tear, any sort of damage. And I do notice some wear and tear right here on the side. But overall, everything else is in excellent condition. Now let's move on right here to the door panel. Once again, we want to know if there's any sort of damage at all. Everything's looking good. Perfect. This door panel, just like the other one, is in excellent condition. Now, something I do want to mention right now is that this car comes with an owner's manual, as you can see right there on the screen, and 2 sets of keys. Perfect. Now let's go ahead and move on to the back. We want to know if there's any sort of damage to the leather, any type of wear and tear. First seat looks good. I'm not seeing any type of damage. What about the middle one? And the middle one is in perfect condition as well. Now let's move on right here to the last one. And again, I'm not seeing any type of wear and tear. The back seats are in perfect condition. With the car now on, I want to show you a few things. The first of which is the mileage of this vehicle. As you can see in the bottom of the dashboard, this car has 6,421 miles. The other thing I want to show you is that this car comes with a GPS system, as you can see on the screen. And very important as well, a backup camera and a 360 camera. Perfect. Now let's go ahead and take a look at the steering wheel. We want to know if there's any sort of wear and tear, any sort of damage all around the leather. Everything's looking good. The only thing I notice is just a minor scratch right here on the left side, as you can see on the screen. Barely noticeable. Everything else looks excellent. What about the buttons? This side looks perfect. And this side looks perfect as well. Now let's move on to the mid-console, where we want to know if there's any scratches to the screen, any sort of damage to the knobs, the buttons, or anywhere else. Everything's looking good. I'm not seeing any type of damage at all. The mid-console and the steering wheel are in excellent condition. Now we can go ahead and take a look at the trunk of the car, and we just want to know if there's any type of wear and tear along the sides, along the back of the seats, or in the floor of the trunk itself. And as you can see, there's no kind of damage at all. The trunk is in excellent condition and very well kept. Now, something I do want to mention is that this car comes with a battery charger right here, a first aid kit, as you can see on the screen, and a cover for the car. Perfect. Before we finish off this video, let's take a look at the engine, and we just want to take a quick look. Perfect. Thank you for watching this video. If you have any questions at all, please don't hesitate to contact one of our representatives here at H. Greg Lux.